Welcome to this week's training on mindset and awareness. And if you're wondering what is this about in this training, I'm here for generating appointments and getting on calls and converting into clients to build my practice the way I want it. Well, yes, that's a lot of what this training is about, but I want you to think about why some people get amazing results each month and others do not. Or it takes them longer to get there using the same training, the same tools, the same mentorship. Some people just fly out the gate and get amazing results and continue to improve month after month and just start to pull away. Others do not. Maybe even some may even go the wrong direction and start going downhill. So what is that? And it's not really to do with if I hear you saying it's to do with they know a lot more, they have a lot more experience, that's why. Well, I can tell you that a lot of people that know a lot actually don't get a lot of results, and vice versa. A lot of people that don't know the whole pile actually can get amazing results and build their business a lot quicker and a lot better. So why is that? Well, a lot of it is to do with your mindset and awareness. And in this module, we're going to look at your current paradigm and worldview. We're going to look at what's going on in there, and we're going to take a look then at why you need a new paradigm and a worldview that will just stand to you for not just getting results out of this program, but in life. So let's have a look at what we're going to do in this module. Your current paradigm, we're going to explain that so you fully understand that, and you need to understand that in order to improve it. Then what is the dark force? So plaguing everybody and voices inside everyone's head, there's this dark force, and we need to understand what that is, because a lot of that is to do with what's holding you back. And then how to take full responsibility. So we're going to take a look at that and what that means. Then we're also going to look at something called a mind virus. If you, your laptop, your computer, if anything's bugged or you get a virus, you get an alert and you have to clean it, you have to service it, and you have to kill the virus. Otherwise, you've got corrupt files and it's not good. Same thing for your mind. Only the problem is that people don't service their mind, and they don't there's no software to plug in there to just service your mind and clean it and fix it. And if you don't do that, then it just becomes worse and worse, and that's where a lot of people's problem lies. But there's nothing out there in a pharmacy or anything to go and kill mind viruses. So that's what we're going to have a look at that today. Your new paradigm. Then we're going to, once you understand that and you know how to debug these mind viruses, then you can start to build a new paradigm, new worldview. And this is what really propels everything forward, not just your business and your practice, but everything in your life. Then we're going to conclude some key points in this module before jumping into the next module. It's very important that you follow what's going on here. It's all laid out in order to have the most powerful impact for you. Okay, so your current paradigm. I want you just to understand for a second that everyone's reality and is different, because every single person perceives things differently, and you need to just be aware of this and to help you in whatever you're doing in all aspects of life. If we're just looking at calls and consultation calls or discovery calls with your client, you don't know anything about that business. All you know is the surface level, what they tell you, what industry they are in, and that's it. Like underneath the hood, there could be a million things going on you don't know about. And this is why if you walk in assuming that you know and this is it, and like if you look at the top of the iceberg, it's just, that's all it is, and then you've already lost and you shot yourself in the foot. This image is brilliant to help remind you that you don't know anything about a business that you don't own. You don't know anything about a person that you don't know. And when you start to develop a mastery skill set, you learn to just not listen to hearsay, not listen to others that have not been extremely successful, especially others that have not been extremely successful. Do not take their word seriously. Like don't believe what they say. A lot of people are quick to jump on a bandwagon if someone says something, but really what we'll talk about further is they're actually just trying to create some sort of relief or cover up for themselves by leading somebody else astray, whether they're actually aware of it or not. So your current paradigm, this is the way you see the world, and it's not the same for everyone. It's how you perceive reality. So think of it as a collection of beliefs, judgments, acceptances, stories, and concepts. And people do not have the same paradigm. And this means that people more successful do not see the things the same way that you do. Think of how your own beliefs have changed as you've matured through life. And what you think now is most likely not what you used to think 10 years ago. So there's rhyme or reason that people use for that, such as maturity, and I was hanging around with a different bunch of people, and now I'm in this new space, and I've got family for the first time. So yes, your paradigm does shift a lot. And what that means is that others' paradigm is not the same as you, and what your paradigm will shift again in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So what this program is going to help you do is to get onto the right tracks and make it move in the right direction a lot faster. So this is now probably a good time to ask you, how do you fancy your chances in this program of achieving the success that you want? So you joined this training because you want to achieve more than you currently are each month or each quarter, each year, and you want to get to your target, which might be 3 months out, 6 months out, 12, the next 2 years. So, we want to set ambitious targets, and we're going to provide you a lot of tools and systems and tactics to do so. But, what chance do you think you really have of changing the game for yourself and batting your new targets out of the park? Like, what's your chance? Ask yourself that right now. Well, whatever you just answered, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you've got no chance. And you sitting here right now, listening to this training, have no chance of achieving what you dream about and those ultimate targets that you'd only love to have. Because if you had a chance, then you would have already achieved it. It's as simple as that. Let that sink in for a minute. If you had a chance of getting this massive success, you'd already be there. So, why is it? Well, this is what brings us into talking about this dark force and this unknown thing that is actually holding you back. And I'm going to reveal to you right now who that is. So there's something in the way here, and we have to deal with it and solve it. And it's you. You're the dark force holding yourself back. Not your friends, not your family, your partner, not your kids, not your business partner or colleagues, not any poor investment decisions in the past, not your current clients, not your IT skills, not your bad back or your sore wrist, not your childhood experience, not your location where you are, and it's not the government, it's not the economy, it's not the exchange rate. It's you. It's only you. So how easy is it to blame other people? Very easy, right? Just like when I worked in Big Four accounting and a bunch of corporate jobs and then in global marketing agencies, every day was somebody else was getting the guillotine or the hatchet, and it was a constant blame game. You'd sit in a meeting and then everybody would agree that, okay, let's pass the buck. It was like a game of pass the responsibility, pass the buck. And the problem with that is that you don't go anywhere ever. It makes you feel good, and you got some sort of sense of relief, but the thing you're blaming, whatever it might be, has actually nothing to do with it at all. It's always you. Like, the truth is that it's all you. It's always you. And by blaming something else, government, economy, or people, family members, software, skill set, you're essentially giving up control of your own life. That's what people don't understand. It's very easy to find a scapegoat or a thing to blame, but it makes you feel good for the tiniest amount of time, and then you still realize I haven't progressed anywhere. And that's because you've gave up complete control of your life the minute you choose to pass the buck. So how do you combat that? You take responsibility. This is the most profound understanding that you can have in this program, in business in general, in life in general. It's grasping this and know that all these voices inside your head, the thing that's pulling you back whenever you get onto the right track, that invisible enemy is you. And if you're starting to feel uncomfortable right now, then that's good. It means that you're starting to get it. And this program has the best organic systems on the market that will work for you and your business to drive appointments every week and grow your business with new clients every month. But none of it will work until you fully understand this and fully get this. Until you get this, you'll only achieve a fraction of what you're truly capable of. So taking full responsibility is taking full control of your own life without blaming anyone or anything. And who you are today is not who you will be once you achieve the things that you want. So if you had 100% chance and easily you're going to get there, then you'd already be this different person who has earned it and is deserving of it. Right now, you deserve exactly what you have. So we have to step into who you will be once you will achieve the things that you want. And there's no pot lucky break in life and lotto where you get all the things that you want by doing nothing. That just doesn't happen. You have to become the person who is deserving of the things and achieve, but without any shortcuts. It's as simple as that. People say all sorts of shit like, there's not enough businesses out there, or I can't do it because there's too many accountants in my field, and I don't understand the technology, and there's no way a business owner will pay me a premium fee for a consulting charge. Well, or even this training video is too long. It's not for me, and I'm just going to blame that. Look, let me tell you, if you've been doing the right things in the market, and you follow this training, and you understand your target market, and you understand that business owner, and you put an offer in front of them that marries up with what they want, you'll be rewarded massively, and you would have been rewarded massively a long time ago. So behavior, most things about you will remain the same, but to achieve what you want here, you will actually become a new person in the way you behave, and the way you think about things, and the way you perceive things, the way you wake up in the morning, the way you approach new things. This is how your paradigm will start to shift. And this training here is to make this happen for you a lot faster. The main reason this training is included in this program is to make your dreams become a reality for you a lot faster, and for you to not take longer to be trying to make something fit that doesn't fit. The sooner you realize that who you are right now is not who you will be when you achieve the things that you want, then the sooner you're going to get there. It is just that simple. Beware the mind virus. So let's just take a look at a couple of familiar things that we would have heard throughout life. Don't forget who you are. Be yourself. Be authentic. Never forget where you come from. Don't try to be somebody you're not. So these are, we've heard it growing up, and probably still hear it today. And this is because many people don't like it when you evolve and grow. And people can go as far as attacking you, even your own family members in some instances. This is what we refer to as mind virus. Someone tells us someone else has or how to be, or someone else has said something, and then we, before we know it, we've allowed this to affect our entire existence. So monkey see, monkey do. Listen to extremely unsuccessful people tell us the lay of the land and tell us how things work, and actually taking their word for it and following their lead. That is ridiculous. So a way to do it is if someone's giving out advice and they haven't actually achieved anything and they don't have a booming business, then why would you want to listen to them? And a lot of this mind virus and knowing who you are and be authentic and never try to be someone you're not and everybody else is taken, that's all just clinging to an identity of built up stories in the past. Look, I challenge you to try and explain to me who you are, because everyone will have a very difficult time with it, because it's really a lot of hot air. And the paradigm that we use and we accept today is actually dependent on us believing what we perceive to be true and accurate. But there's a big problem with all this. If you want to grow into a better person, and if you want to improve, and if you want to get to the success that you want, then you'll always have to be bettering yourself. And you should never remain who you are unless you want to stop growing, unless you want to stop learning, unless you want to stop improving. See, it's impossible to grow and improve if you want to keep clinging to the stories of the past. So how do I know if I have a faulty paradigm? I want to ask yourself that. So let's just look at it here. Here's a little quick acid test, if you like. If you think that AI disruption is headed for the accounting industry as a negative instead of an opportunity, then you've got a faulty paradigm. If you think a business owner will never pay you a premium price for the value you deliver, and when you're repositioned as a consultant or a strategic partner or the most trusted advisor, then you've got a faulty paradigm. And if you think all good ideas have already been taken, or there's too many, that industry is too busy already, there's no point. So why bother? then you've got a very faulty paradigm, and it's rotten. And we need to do some repair work this week. So we need to repair your perception of reality. Otherwise, there's no way that you can become successful and achieve what you really want. We're also going to take a look at the new paradigm and a revolutionary way of perceiving reality. See, the more somebody learns about this stuff, the more successful that they are. And it's a direct correlation, as you'll see. So the more seriously you take your mindset and awareness and this week's training, then the more results you'll get. The happier you'll be, and the happier your clients will be too. It's just the way it works. And if you skip over this stuff and you just want to get to hitting the green button and switching on your organic systems, then the more likely you're not going to achieve anything great at all. The outcomes of this training, when you do each module in order, are that the areas of life where you feel down, anxious or depressed will now actually become areas where you feel confident, happy, and start to really love what you're doing. So to get the best results, you have to grow into the person who deserves it the most. So to conclude this training, what is the dark force that seems to be against you and makes you suffer? It's you, as we've uncovered. And in the next module, we're actually going to tackle this dark force, show you how to tear it apart and put it back together once it's fully healed. We've come to believe that we cannot change and we should live our lives just the way that we are. But why do that if we truly know that we could become better? And who we are is made up of past stories and noise. It has no attachment of who we are becoming. Your hero should always be your future self in 1, 5, or 10 years. We need to stop clinging to this identity. And to become more successful, you must become someone else and leave this old character and all their stories behind. And the more uncomfortable you feel, the more you're pushing yourself, and the bigger the barrier you're about to push down, and the bigger results you will get. I'll see you in the next module.